that it would become very easy to make my points very audible and much more clear. As you can see, I just have, so kindly bear with me, as you can see, I just have a piece of paper with no points. Because when you begin to think of what to write and what to say, it becomes very difficult to clearly point out each and every point that you wish to make. So I will randomly make out my points. Now, for all those who do not know, in fact, everyone, I'm certain they do not know, the Toban in Timatizem. That's all I am. Kindly do not associate me with anyone else, because I always have a problem with people who associate me with someone else. Thank God she has left. The signal has been sent. The path is much more clear for me to be recognized without an association. The question that we have, the first question that we have, which says, does the government have a plan in place? I'm sure the plan that is being asked is around free education. But can we not speak of free education, because free education is nothing when it's still decolonized? So does the government have a plan in place for a free decolonized compulsory education for the black child, or for an African child? Let me not use black, let me use African rather. There's a difference between the two. If the government had a plan in place, the former Minister of Education, Mr. Blaine Nzimande, would not have made a similar response that was made by Mr. Verwoerd in 1976. He made a similar response in 2016. I'm not sure, it must have been 30 years later. 30 years later, the response has still been the same response. So it simply says that 40 years later, in fact, 40 years later, it still tells you that the plan that was implemented 40 years before to colonize, dehumanize, and enchain a black child is still the plan that is there in government. Yeah. So if government has if the question is, does the government have a plan in place? Yes, the government has a plan in place. And that plan is to chain an African child in bondages of poverty, to stay in those chains of poverty and never to be liberated on any day. 2015, I was asked to go into a discussion debate with Dr. Mkhize. And that discussion debate was around free education. I said a very, very small question to him, which he has not responded to me even today. Whenever we meet, he tries running away from that question. The question was, how does it happen that a young man like me, who comes from the rural areas of Bizana, he comes to Cape Town? By the time I was still studying in East London, studying mechanical engineering, I leave my home to go and study in East London, mechanical engineering. Once I obtain my qualification in mechanical engineering, I am not allowed any opportunity to go back to Bizana to go and develop my city, to become a city, because they want it to forever stay to be a village. I cannot, because the form of education that I'm taught is an education that teaches me that once I have a qualification at hand, I must go to Cape Town and develop Cape Town. If I cannot develop Cape Town, I must go to Europe and go and develop Europe. So the plan that's in place, it's the plan that will make sure that the place they call former Transkei stays former Transkei. Even in the fourth industrial revolution process, it will still be a place that's going to be a place of poverty. And will never change because of the form of education. Now the education, if it is not yet changed, the form of syllabus that they teach us, it means that we'll forever stay in those chains. How do you change the syllabus that you have in nowadays?